channel. I'm so excited to vlog today because I'm just having the vibes that it's going to be a really good day. Number one, it's Friday, and who doesn't love Fridays? Number two, the weather is stunning. And number three, it just so happened that my whole entire family had the day off at the same day, and my family and I are super close. My sisters are literally my best friends. So what we've decided to do is we're going to go to this beach where you can like park your car and like chill out there the whole day. I'm going to continue to get ready and I'll keep chatting with you. I'm going to bring some water, fruit, some fruit and nut mix, and just like snacks for everyone, and a box of my protein balls for everyone. But yeah, I haven't had brekkie. I don't know what I want. But also, let me grab a chair. More like a stool. After the beach, when I come home, I thought I would show you guys how I stay healthy. So I've had loads of questions on my Instagram about people asking me how I maintain my healthy diet and don't I get bored? How do I always have access to these delicious whole foods? And my kind of meal preps. I went to the beach with Soph yesterday and we're talking about meal prepping. When I first got into the fitness industry, I suppose, I would like do that bodybuilder meal prep, and I'd make all the containers that I would put in my fridge, sweet potato, rice, chicken, broccoli. I would pretty much have the same thing every day, and for me, I got so sick of it, and I love cooking. When I meal prepped, it sort of took the fun out of food. So these will be good tips if you work, you're at school, work from home, you're a mum, you're super busy. It just cuts down the prep time and gives you access to lots of healthy foods. And then I might also film a workout. Fridays are my favorite day to work out. I think I'm going to test out one of the challenges that's going to be in Sweat It to Shred It 2.0. I mentioned in my last vlog I am creating the second part of my ebook. The first ebook is week 1 to 8, and the second ebook will be weeks 8 to 16, so it's a much more advanced, intense version of Sweat It to Shred It. And I was working on it last night, and you guys are going to love it. So I'll give you a sneak peek into what that is. Oh, my mum's calling. Oh, I just hung up on her. Sorry, Mum. I have a bad feeling that I'm not going to fit in their car, and you have to drive to the beach.
Hello.
Hey.
These are the plans now. We're actually going to take 2 cars. Oh.
Okay.
I'll come and get you.
I have so many mangoes. Do you want me to bring some mangoes?
Bring some mangoes. Yeah.
Do we bring toys, like a ball or something?
Yeah.
See you soon. Okay, see you, bye.
Bye.
Anyway, oh my gosh, I haven't had breakfast. I need to work out what I'm going to eat. It's going to make a protein shake. And when I say protein shake, mine's more like a superfood smoothie. And the reason I put protein in it is because it keeps me fuller for longer. I usually have like 1 to 2 pieces of fruit in my smoothie. So I'm going to do banana and blueberry. Oh my gosh, please tell me I have ice. No! I have a few pieces. And a lot of people ask me why I use water instead of milk in my smoothies, and I just feel like it doesn't really make a difference because I feel like the lean protein is already really creamy, so if you mix it with water, it just tastes like you have almond milk in it anyway. Majority of my meals are whole foods, so like whole vegetables, fruits, lean meats, eggs, nuts, and seeds, and then I supplement with powders. Pretty much every day I will have some kind of smoothie, but the base of it is like ice, vegetables, and fruit, and then I'll put like teaspoons or tablespoons of specific powders in there for specific reasons. The first one is going to be my lean protein. That's for my protein sauce for the morning, acai berry powder, and then coconut water. And this is going to be really good for right now because it's so hot outside. I'm going to add my organic blueberries in, trying my hardest to eat mostly organic. But I was actually watching a really interesting documentary the other day. Should you eat organic? Should you not eat organic? The conclusion that they came to was that you should definitely eat organic if you can, but it's not the be all and end all. So honestly guys, if you can't buy organic ingredients, don't stress out. It is not the end of the world. If you can, that's awesome. Oh, and by the way, this is my lean protein. I just keep it in a jar because it's easier to get, but I just like to show you what it looks like. Eating everything organic 24/7 is just not maintainable for my lifestyle. So when I can, I will buy organic, but if I can't, then I'll just buy the normal healthy version. So don't stress out too much. Make the best choice you can in every situation. Let's quickly taste test it. Oh, so yummy. Oh, and I also forgot to include this vitamin E droplets in my smoothies. Droplet of that. I actually went to the health food store to buy the capsule forms of this, just like normal vitamins. And then I got talking to the naturopath there, and she said she really likes the liquid form. What's your beating heart say? Tell me your desire. Set this world on fire.
heart say? Tell me your desire. I knew it from the start, babe, that we could take it higher. What's your beating heart say? Tell me your desire. Set this world on fire. Set this world on fire.
What a fun day at the beach that was, hey?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Playing on the pineapple and pizza was so much fun. And all day I literally just snacked on fruit, deli meats and salad. Oh my gosh, this dog! Hashtag beach dog goals. I mean, I love my apartment so much, but like, I honestly want to move out because I want a dog so bad. Imagine if I had a dog, we could bring it to the beach.
Oh my gosh, I want a dog.
Maybe I will go and train before I go to the grocery store. I don't know. Say goodbye to the beach. What a lovely day.
Bye, beach.
I'm fat at the moment.
You're fat? What do you mean, Kurt?
Fat.
You're not
Pudgy. I haven't been going to the gym much lately.
I know, you've been very busy.
I know I'm not fat, but this is fat for me. I've been eating a lot of chocolate lately. But eating so bad.
Do you know what? That's the sad part, is like, this is actually fat for Kurt. Kurt has one of those bodies that is just like shredded all the time. Are you kidding me? I would die if this was me, Tubby.
And I've lost a bit of muscle too, which I'm not happy about.
Yeah, well,
This is what.
this is why.
This is why.
You gonna come train with me?
Yes. But
I'm gonna.
I wanted to hear.
No, I'm gonna test out one of the challenge days.
Oh.
For my ebook. An intense challenge. Like, you're gonna wanna die. If that doesn't want to make you buy the ebook, then I don't know what will. You're gonna wanna die.
I want to lift heavy.
So on the challenge days, this is going to be the day where it's like you give it your all. I'm gonna be leaving exhausted because it's like a mental challenge and a physical challenge.
I'll get the whip out.
No, that's why it takes me so long to make an ebook. Plan it in my head and then physically trial it out and then make alterations and then try it out again.
Till it's good.
Until it's perfect.
Yeah.
Fat burning full body Fridays. I wish you would do it with me.
Sorry.
Shawty, make that booty bounce, make it count. Can you flip it like I flip a half an ounce to a pound? Bring a friend too, I know you're better looking, but she down. I'ma hit it at the stadium when you get on the mount. I'ma let you wear my chains too, baby, you allowed. I know I be in my game when I'm tweaking off the loud, yeah. Elevated with the vibe on a high, girl, you give me every time, yeah, yeah.
Actually a really enjoyable workout. I'm so glad I tested it though, because one of the exercises I put in there was way too difficult. Like, I put in way too many reps. So I tweaked it a little bit, but now I'm super happy with it. So that's definitely going to be one of the workouts in my ebook. Meal prep, and like I said before, I don't really like to meal prep into separate containers because I like to be creative, and every single day I feel like something different. My first tip with meal prepping is create a space in your kitchen that encourages you to eat healthy. You guys know I'm obsessed with organizing my pantry, but in terms of my fridge, I like to separate it into different sections where there's like fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. I don't know why, I just really like to eat cold fruit. I keep it in the bowl and I put it straight in the front of the fridge, and this is perfect for the days that you're not actually hungry and you just open the fridge looking for something to snack on, this is literally staring you in the face. So I usually just grab like a little apricot or an apple and I'll snack on that while I cook dinner or mindlessly edit my videos. I also ended up buying these little glass containers, and I like to keep my vegetables separate. This is my glass container of cucumbers, and then I've also got zucchinis, and then usually this is just my red container, so it's got my capsicum and tomatoes, but I do have a random zucchini in there for some reason. And I've also talked about my Nourish bowls and how I like to include at least 3 different colors of vegetables in the Nourish bowls. So I don't know if this is weird and like over organized, but I also like to keep the containers in separate colors. When I make my Nourish bowl, I'll grab 1 green container, 1 red container, and 1 purple container. So in your purple container, you could have like red onion, purple cabbage, eggplant, anything like that. And then I've just got like eggs, spinach, and all that kind of stuff. So this isn't a fridge haul, this is just to show you how I meal prep. I mostly just use starchy vegetables and pumpkin, but I will use quinoa sometimes. First thing we're going to make is roasted sweet potatoes and pumpkin. I am obsessed with this. A purple sweet potato, golden sweet potato, and a butternut pumpkin, and I roast it in coconut oil and cinnamon. And honestly, you can be super creative with your spices, but I just love cinnamon, salt, and coconut oil. I'll often also cook a little batch of quinoa and leave that in a bowl in the fridge. Again, we go through that really quickly. Today, I'm just going to do the cube vegetables because I'm going to make some chickpea burgers with you guys. But yeah, usually I will cook some plain quinoa with like some herbs and lemon, and then we can just add that into our Nourish bowls or add that into our dinner. And I'm more likely to save money and eat at home rather than going out to get a quinoa bowl from one of the expensive healthy cafes. Oh, and lastly, before we start cooking, if you guys live at home with your family or you live in like a share house and you don't have your own kitchen, believe me, I've been there. I know how hard it is to eat healthy, just to even have access to healthy foods. If you can, I would try to convince your parents to let you have like 1 shelf or 1 little section of the house, even some little snacks that you like to snack on. Believe me, I can totally relate if you don't have room in your kitchen right now. But that is totally fine, because the chickpea burgers that I'm going to make, if you just make those, you would just need 1 little container that you can keep in the fridge, and that's a nice little snack for you, nice little meal prep for you to use throughout the week. Let's jump into the pumpkin and sweet potato cubed cinnamon combo. It's amazing. You're just going to set your oven to 180 degrees Celsius on a fan force option, I guess. So all of the potatoes and the pumpkin I'm using in this recipe are organic, and I do like to keep the skin on. A lot of people ask me that on my Instagram, and yes, for some reason, I just really like the taste of the skin. If you are going to keep the skin on, just make sure you give it a nice wash under some water. And I cut it into cubes around this big, and I put it into 1 large pan, and then I massage the whole thing in 1 heaped teaspoon of coconut oil and some cinnamon. So I just do a little bit for now while it cooks, and then you'll see when it comes out of the oven, I end up adding a little bit more. So make sure you massage it in really well, ensuring that every single little cube has at least a little bit of coconut oil on it. I'm gonna be totally honest, I can't fully remember how long this batch took, but I think it's around 35 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. But just keep checking it every 10 minutes with a fork and just stab the potatoes to see if they're ready. From my experience, I think the purple sweet potato takes the longest to cook, so once that is cooked, the rest of it should be really nice as well. I prefer to add my salt once all my vegetables are cooked. I just feel like it adds to the flavor a little bit better, and you don't have to add as much. And because I love cinnamon, I also added some extra. Moving on to my favorite recipe right now, and that is my spiced chickpea and zucchini burgers. They are seriously so addictive. So obviously I'll tell you all the spices that I've used in my recipe, but you can really be creative with this and use whatever spices you have in your kitchen. So I'm starting off with 1 teaspoon of good quality coconut oil and 1 clove of garlic, which I just have minced in this little contraption. And then I ended up using around 1/2 of a red onion. I just had a little bit left in the fridge, that's why they're in separate sections. And then I also added some Italian herbs, and you want to make sure to cook and caramelize the garlic and onion before adding it into the mixture. This just helps to drain out some of the moisture. Using 1 can of organic chickpeas, make sure you rinse this really well underwater. So in the middle of filming, I actually realized I didn't have any of my coconut flour, or any gluten-free flour for that matter, and I ended up blitzing 1/4 of a cup of bikinis to make some buckwheat flour, and it turned out really well. Want a nice rough flour. I ended up grating 1 whole zucchini, and here you can see that I'm patting it down with a paper towel. If you don't do this, your entire mixture is going to be way too moist and wet, and it's not going to form nice patties. So make sure you squish some paper towel into it and try to drain out as much moisture as you can. Alright, I wasn't that successful here, but you can combine all of this into a food processor or into a really good blender, but for some reason my NutriBullet never likes to blend solid foods that well. So I ended up pouring it out into a mixing bowl. I added all my spices, which was pink Himalayan salt, paprika, turmeric, nutritional yeast, and cumin. And then I massaged it in, like I literally squished the chickpeas with my fingers and thumb. And this is the consistency you want, so not too sticky that it's going to stick all over your hands, but sticky enough that they will remain in balls. So I'm using some organic almond meal here on my breadboard just to make sure it's not sticky. And I also like to crumb the outside of my burgers just to make them a little more crispy. So rolling the mixture into little balls around the size of your palm and then pressing it down into the breadcrumbs. This whole mixture ended up making 6 patties. I decided to cook all of my patties in the fry pan just with a little bit of coconut oil, and I also had some leftover garlic and onion which made it taste even better, nice and crispy and flavoursome. Obviously, I just store these in my fridge. So when it comes to making my nourish bowls, it's so easy. I just grab the jar of the sweet potato and pumpkin, a patty, some vegetables, mix it all together, and there is my lunch. So easy, so healthy, but you could also tweak it to make sure that you are satisfying your cravings. What was I gonna say? I thought I would just quickly end this video with a recap of my diet. So lately I've increased my plant-based foods so much, and I guess that's for a few reasons. Since I got SYN3, I was doing loads of research, and obviously some of the best foods of getting rid of precancerous cells are plant-based foods. And also I've just genuinely been in the mood for lots of vegetables, and for me I'm quite sensitive to some beans and legumes, but other ones I'm fine. I can have lots of chickpeas and cannellini beans, but sometimes red kidney beans give me a bit of like a gassy tummy, so I just stick to beans that I can absorb and digest properly. I gave Kurt some of the chickpea burgers that we made and they're so yummy.
Oh, they're delicious.
I've just been feeling like falafels and chickpea burgers and roasted chickpeas by themselves with like some rosemary and garlic and salt, but then I'm also just using really good quality meats and eggs sparingly. My digestion is really good, I'm full of energy. I just truly believe in listening to your body. So like this morning I had a huge big vitality bowl, lots of vegetables and quinoa with 1 poached egg, and that kept me full for so long because I had like coconut oil and nuts and seeds in it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like because it really supports my channel, and also let me know if you make those chickpea burgers and give me your review because I am obsessed with them.
So good.
They're so good. I have 2 left in the fridge and I just want to eat them now, but I also want to take a really nice photo of them, so I'm like, ugh, I need to wait and like make a proper burger and not just eat them from the fridge. I've like totally messed up this ending.
Bye.
No, we need to say the subscribe part.
Oh, make sure you subscribe, like it. She uploads a new video every 3 days. Really supports her channel. I've mixed it all around as well. Why do we even bother doing this anymore? I feel like we stuff it up every time.
Every time, I don't know. Okay, bye.